You're playing a team Wednesday that plays very well at home. They're only lost to Pitt, and they really gave Pitt a run for their money the other night.
Well, they're good. They're the ACC champ. And one play away from playing in the Final Four. Now they're different, but they still have some of the main ingredients that really help them have maybe the best year in a long time at Notre Dame. They have a premier guard in Jackson, one of the best in the country. Fostoria is vastly underrated. August inside is as good as any big guy in the league. And the way they shoot the ball, with Ryan shooting the ball well and Beecham shooting the ball well, just tough matchups all the way around. And when you look at who they've lost to, they lost to, in our league, 2 top 25 teams. So one of their other losses is against a team that's leading the Big Ten. So they're very, very good, and it's a tough place to play. We're going to have to play extremely well for 40 minutes.
Colson's a kid that's started to pick it up in ACC play. Is that a matchup for Marcus, or do you switch off on him?
Well, he primarily plays the 4 and the 5, so Marcus won't be guarding him. So it'll be a challenge for our big guys because they have a good mix. They have August, who's really good around the basket, super athlete on ball screen rolls and slips and different things like that, great offensive rebounder. Colson, mid-range to low post. He really hurt us here last year. It was kind of his coming out party. And then they play Ryan, who's a stretch player. So you always have to have concentration in terms of who you're guarding and where they are on the court for our big guys. And that's always a challenge.
I guess having your bigs, I mean, the way James has played and Nick has played and Lammers off the bench, that's going to help obviously in this game.
Well, you would hope so. We have to do a great job on the glass. We got to score in the post, but defensively, those guys are going to be challenged. There's no question about it. But that mix that we have has been a good mix, and hopefully we'll be up for that challenge.
What are the benefits of just managing having Marcus at the point?
The benefits is you have another scoring threat on the court, on the perimeter. He's a veteran player, so he knows every position already, so it's not like he has to, learn all the sets or whatever the case might be. We're a little bigger defensively on the glass. You can run some stuff depending on matchups to try to take advantage of it. And the disadvantages is, obviously, just maybe the push and the pace won't be the same. But we've been kind of working towards this with the fact that on rebounds, loose balls, turnovers, whatever, any one of the guards on missed baskets could blast it up. So it's not like he's never done it before.
Is that something you want to stick with, or is it kind of
as I said after the game, I think one of our strengths is our versatility, and we have to be fluid not only in who's out there on the court, but maybe who's starting games according to matchups or offensive matchups and different things like that. So everybody's got to be ready to go. The 10 guys who have played, those guys got to be ready to go.
I would think that a team like Virginia, and I guess to a degree Notre Dame, where they're not playing a faster pace, he's maybe more suited to being.
Yeah, maybe, but the one thing, Notre Dame's great in transition. And they have a guy that can get from one end line to the other end line as fast as anybody around. So it will be a little bit of a challenge. Transition baskets are a big point for us.
When you look at it, like historically, how badly do you all need what Adam Smith provides?
You have a wonderful sense for the obvious.
Well, I can say it, but it means more if you say it.
No, I mean, there's 3 factors that come into play with the fact that with Adam's ability to put the ball in the basket and make shots for us. One, it does bail you out of tough offensive possessions, and in this league, you're going to have those. No matter how good you are offensively, you're going to have times where you have to just make a shot, create a shot, make a shot, and a lot of times that's a tough one. He has the ability to do that, so that helps. Second thing is it opens up post action and it opens up driving lines. The driving lines are more for Marcus and Travis or Josh and Todrick. the post-ups, obviously, for Nick and Charles and Ben and different guys like that. So it has a huge impact offensively because it opens up other things. The third one is more of an intangible. And I've said this, and I've said it on the press conference today, I may not be able to articulate it quite well enough because it is an intangible. When you know you have a guy that can make shots and can bail you out of plays, and when he's open, you're surprised that it doesn't go in. It gives everybody else confidence when they have open shots. You know, I think last year, sometimes our offense was every bit as good last year as it is this year. We just never made any shots. And so no matter what you're doing, that puts more pressure on your defense, that there's a mental anguish that goes with that. That's been, I wouldn't say completely eliminated, but it's been lessened to a far extent because guys take shots without the weight of the world on their shoulders, knowing that we just missed 4 open ones. I got to make this one. And so it's helped everybody.
Yeah. I hear he's, in practice, he's a shotaholic. I don't know, is it what he does any more extreme or than a lot of other people as far as how much shooting he does on his own time?
You mean on his own time? Oh, yeah. There's no secret. Obviously, when you can shoot like that, there's an innate ability to make shots. But he's put in the time. You know, he's in it every day. 500 shots every single day. There's times I meet him right out here. I tell him to get out of here. You know what I mean? Because it could be we play a game the night, then, you know, now he's in here the next morning. And it's funny how guys always want to make shots and get shots and different things, but ain't maybe willing to put in the time to become a better shooter. And he's done that. It's his credit. I don't think anybody can take credit for what he's done shooting-wise other than him because he's put in the time.
He's got other guys involved too. He's got, like you mentioned the other night that, excuse me, he'll go to Adam to shoot, and I think Todrick mentioned it. So he's recruited other guys to get more involved and become shootaholics to borrow Steve's phrase as well.
No question. And that's, you know, we always, we don't like guys necessarily always shooting on their own, and he's kind of picked up on that. And so now guys are coming in. Plus guys say, you know, they see the time that he's putting in, and they see him, you know, reaping what he sowed, and maybe those guys understand that a little better now.
I imagine you pick up good habits when you shoot with a guy who shoots as well as Adam does.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the habit is getting into reps. You know, that's the most important habit. You know, and then, you know, Adam has the ability to, you know, take some difficult shots, some shots that maybe if you're shooting by yourself, you would say don't practice that one. But that's what great shooters do. They're able to create some shots like that.
You mentioned Saturday that you would like to see Nick do a little better job on the offensive boards. Is there any one thing that he's not doing that you can see that he should be doing?
Well, you know, the one thing is, you know me long enough now, I'm never going to be satisfied with our offensive rebounding. We can get 20 of them, and you want 25. It's just
right.
Inbred. So he just got to keep going. Now, the one thing he's done, and in watching the film, you know, sometimes you look at the stat sheet, you know, how mean stats are when it comes to our. Sometimes he's going, and they're taking 2 guys to get him out of there, and we're coming up with one, so he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
So he just needs to keep going. The biggest thing, and it's a challenge when it comes, everybody wants to run the court and play fast, but when it comes to running the court every time, a lot of guys don't like doing it because you got to run the court 5 times to get it once. It's the same thing on the offensive glass. You got to go 5 times hard just to get 1 offensive rebound, and that's the rewards aren't always there, and so you got to be really disciplined to keep going. That's where Chuck is great. He goes every single time.
And it seems like Ben's learning that early too.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and that's the one thing we've really emphasized with James, and it paid off in a big way on Saturday afternoon.
Was using Marcus at the point, was that kind of a response to the way you guys played defensively at the last 2 games, or with other factors?
Well, I mean, you've seen us. We've gone to that lineup before. The only difference was we played that lineup, what 17 minutes or 27 minutes the other night instead of we'd been playing it about 10 or 12 minutes a game. So we just went to it longer. You know, I wasn't so many things I was pleased with in those first 2 games, but there were some things that I felt we needed to improve on and improve on quickly. Part of it was some of the offense, because one of the things that happens is if you go through some lulls offensively, it puts, like I said earlier, it puts a lot of pressure on your defense. And so getting some baskets in those lulls will obviously help our defense as well. So there was a combination of why we went to that move to start with, or just made a greater commitment to play that maybe longer than we have in the past.
Going off the beaten path a little bit, you have
No.
two red shirts.
Yep.
If you come early to the games, you always see one of the GAs or Mamadou working with these guys all the time. And not only working around the post, but working on their dribbling, ball handling. How do you see them progressing?
Well, they're getting stronger every day. They're in the weight room. So before you see them on the court, they've already got a lift in, footwork, ball skill stuff. Because both the things they need to work on, their feet need to get better, they need to get better with their hands, and they need to get stronger so they can be ready to go next year. But their progress has been good. Our practices have been better because those guys have gotten better.
Do you keep Lyle the same, Notre Dame?
Yeah. All good?
It's good.
Thanks, Brian.